coming at you real quick to talk about a couple things relational. This is the all things relational spot. And first off, we're going to be filming from the Brinks house this week, which is right down the street from me, which I'm super excited about, kind of filming in my home turf. But if you're out there and you're like, man, I would really love to come see what you guys are doing during the filming, because it's a full-blown production. Yeah, just let me know. Reach out in the comments and I'll give you the address and we can meet you there. But we film at 6:30 on Thursdays. This is the last on the road filming that we're going to be doing, and then we're going to be back in the church trying to figure everything out, so that we can get things perfect, well, close to perfect. We always think we have it and then something else happens, where there's no issues in the church. And so we're shooting for that August 2nd date, where we're gonna have 2 services. We're gonna be streaming live from the church on August 2nd, and we would love you to come. If you were used to the way that we used to do it, it's gonna look different. Our 9 o'clock service is gonna have family centered. So we're gonna have kids content for all ages, and we don't know exactly what that could look like. And so maybe if that's something that you're passionate about too, you can be like, yeah, I would love to jump in and be a part of a team that plans that. So that's an option. But 9 o'clock, we're gonna have birth through 5-year-olds in Kids Zone, if you choose to put them in Kids Zone. And then bring everybody else into the service, because it's going to be a family-centered service. And then that 10 o'clock or 10:45 service, it'll be more of our typical service. We don't have Kids Zone during that second service, so just a heads up there. But there's no rush. If you feel like you've been enjoying being at home and it's been more impactful for you and your family to stay at home, then stay home. We would love you to continue to watch from home. Maybe invite a friend or someone to come with you. Our hope for this entire thing was that we don't step back into what we always did, because that's something that you always do. There's a story, kind of anecdotal story about doing what you've always done. And there was a lady who was learning to cook a ham from her mom, and her mom cut the ends off the ham. And she's like, "Why do you do that?" She's like, "I don't know." And so she called the mom and she's like, "Hey, why do we cut the ends of the ham off?" She's like, "Oh, we always did that because Grandma did that. She didn't have enough space in her pot, so she always cut the ends of the ham off." So like, no true meaning of why you cut it off. And so we carry those things, and we don't want that to be the way we do church. We don't want it to be, this is what church should look like. And so let's emulate that. Let's copy that. We want to make the most impact that we can for Jesus, one friend at a time. And if that's us saying, yeah, we're going to be filming live from our Lakewood location, then that's what we're going to do. And if you choose to stay home because you don't want to be around a bunch of people right now, or you are sick, or whatever the reason may be, it doesn't have to be any of those. It could be you've just been enjoying being at home, rolling out of bed in your pajamas, turning on the computer and watching church live and getting filled. That's okay, and we want to encourage you to know that that's okay. But we also know that we're created to be relational beings, and we're created to be in a community. And I think I've said this before, but I heard this in a podcast. It's when we're not engaging with people, we're like a cell phone that is running out of battery because it's always searching for signal. So a cell phone needs a signal, and when it doesn't have a signal, it does everything in its power to find a signal. And if you have experienced that, your battery will die quicker when it's searching for signal than it would if it had signal, because it's constantly searching. Is anybody there? Is anybody there? And that's the same way our bodies do this as well. Our souls, we have relational souls, and that's what our souls are doing. And so when we're reaching out to a computer screen or cell phone, and this is not just church, this is Facebook, Instagram, this is social media. Like when our bodies are reaching out for human interaction and they don't find it, like personally, then our battery drains, our proverbial relational battery drains, our lives drain, and so we get tired, we get depressed. And so our bodies crave personal interaction. And so we know that to be true. And I know most people that I've talked to are excited to come back and worship again in the same building with a bunch of other believers. It's a powerful thing because we're created to be relational. That's how God created us. He didn't create us to go through this world alone. And so whether that is you looking forward to, August 2nd and being back in the building, maybe that's you like being able to reach out to a friend or neighbor and just meet once a week. I said this in our lunch update. As our schedules start to fill up again, you're going to fill them up with things that matter to you or that you think are important. What I would encourage you is don't let a relationship slip through because you're booking your time with something else. Make time for people where you can specifically talk about Jesus and talk about what's going on in your life, because that will never return void. That is a seed worth planting. That's worth waiting for. So make sure when our schedules start filling up that we don't forget to put in some relational time with people talking about Jesus and praying for our friends that don't know Jesus. Hope you have a great week. We will talk to you later. Happy 4th of July. This is one of my favorite times of year, and not because I think America is the best nation, I'm going to celebrate and be super patriotic and go America, but because people come together and they celebrate the freedoms that they have in this country that were fought for, and that are continuing to be reformed as we view and understand humans and our relational self. And so by no means do I think America has it right. We're constantly trying to change the way that we look at systemic racism and all of that. So I would encourage you to peek a little deeper into the 4th of July this year and learn more about the history, but celebrate and enjoy and be with people. That's the best